What's up, guys? Excuse my appearance. I'm still currently quarantining. Basically, I don't really have my stuff. Anyways, I know you guys you clicked this because you read the title. Yes, your girl got COVID. I'm doing way better now, but I just wanted to basically clear the air on some assumptions or misinformation that people may have heard about me in the past few weeks. So, I don't know how I got COVID, but the weekend before Thanksgiving is when the symptoms started for me. But like then I still didn't even know I had COVID. So that Saturday is when I really started feeling, my body started feeling weak. Oh, and also for those who are not aware, I do have an autoimmune disease called neuromyelitis optica that pretty much affects my whole body. And sometimes I do have flare-ups. They come randomly. I do have daily flare-ups, but like sometimes I'll have extreme flare-ups where my body will feel really weak, or I'll feel numb in some places of my body, or my vision will start to change, or there's various things. So with that being said, that weekend before Thanksgiving, my body was feeling really weak. Then automatically I'm thinking, oh, I'm just having another flare up. So the next day happened. I'm still feeling, weird. I'm still able to walk around at this point, but it is a little hard. Monday comes, I call my doctor's office and I inform them of the symptoms I was having. My legs were just feeling really weak and it was difficult for me to walk, and I had back pains. I don't call my doctor unless this is consistently over 24 hours. I typically have these symptoms, randomly. It comes with things. So we have to just make sure that, it's not just, a normal little symptom. It's actually like happening more than it's supposed to, really. So with that being said, that's why I call my doctor on that Monday. Doctor's office, I talk to the nurse. My doctor's nurse, relate the message. The next day is when I started to develop a little cough. Really, and then it became more strenuous for me to like do simple things like get out of walk, take a shower, because I couldn't stand too long. I got really tired and winded from standing. And then that Wednesday, my doctor called me back and he had me do a little test. And then the test he had me do is stand on one leg. And then doing that, I was like out of breath, really. And then that night, he said, okay, we're going to do the dose of steroids, which is typically what happens when I have a flare-up. He puts me on like a 5 or 10 day steroid intake, because that normally settles back, that usually stables out the symptoms that I am having. So that night, actually, that Wednesday night, my dad came and got me, and I came back to the city. At this time, I didn't know that I had COVID. Then that morning, I'm still feeling like really sick, like really weak. I had to use a chair to take a shower. And then like legit, like an hour after I took a shower, I was coughing so hard, then I threw up. And then that's when my dad took me to the ER. And I was at the ER for about 24 hours, a little over 24 hours. They tested me for COVID and then got the results back maybe hours later. And that's when they told me, you have COVID. And after that, a little over 24 hours, told me I had COVID. My dad came and got me after they released me, and then I had to start obviously quarantining. But maybe like two or three nights into quarantining, that one night I noticed it was a little strenuous. It was like hard for me to breathe. So my dad took me back to the hospital. And then from that day, I got admitted because because of the fact that, one, it was hard for me to breathe. Two, my oxygen level was down when I did go back there, and also I do have underlying medical issues. And I went to the University of Chicago Medicine. That's the hospital that told me that I had neuromyelitis optica in the first place. But the misconception I just wanted to talk about is that people don't realize, because I act quote unquote normal, that at the age of 13 I basically lost my immune system, because the age of 13 is when all the stuff with NMO started. Well, not like started, but like really became significant, and we found out what it was. After they figured out what caused me to lose my vision, and then we figured out it was the autoimmune disease. From that point on, my doctors did procedures to suppress my immune system, because my white blood cells would attack my body. And that's basically like what an autoimmune is. It's like your body's defense system gets confused and thinks that basically itself is the enemy. So with that being said, I have to get these infusions every 6 months that keeps my immune system suppressed, so my body doesn't reattack itself, basically. So from the age of 13, I should have been living like a germaphobe type of life, but it just didn't happen that way. So cut back to me getting COVID. I'm in the hospital for about, I really want to say 2 weeks. I was in the hospital. By the time I got to the hospital, I had COVID for a week, but it was confirmed mid me having COVID. So like, yeah, I was in the hospital for a little over 10 days. I think it was actually a total of 10 days. I can't really describe how it felt, because like it truly was miserable. Like I wouldn't wish this on anyone. It was very hard, but I'm alive and COVID free. So, well, my first test came back negative. I have to take another one, but so far COVID free. But because I have an autoimmune disease that I'll have for the rest of my life, and because I had COVID and it did take a toll on my body, so like I'm not 100%. I am slowly but surely getting there. I'm pushing myself every single day to get back to how it used to be, to how I used to be, even better, to be honest. But yeah, I just want people to realize, like, when you see me or stuff like that, that yes, I don't have COVID anymore, but I am still in recovery. So like things that I used to be able to do, I may not fully be able to do yet. And to be honest, most of it is gonna be endurance and stuff like that, because still to this day, like right now, my chest feels a little tight. Like the breathing and stuff like that is still kind of hard for me. It's not like really hard, but like there are like days or like moments I'm noticing, oh, maybe I should take a couple puffs of my inhaler or stuff like that, and I get a little tired more than I normally would. But like I said, I'm alive, truly thankful, pushing myself every single day to keep going, to walk up the steps a little more, stuff like that. Like I'm able to walk up the steps now without getting really like I still gotta take a break, but the fact that I can make it up the steps and down once without breathing really, really hard, that's a plus. But with all that being said, I just wanted to give you guys a check, just to like inform everyone, let everyone know what's going on with me. because, you know, I know some people heard word of mouth and stuff like that, but I just wanted to tell everyone the 100% truth of what happened. Don't know how I got COVID. I am fine. And the one thing that I do want to make clear is that I get that I, once again, act quote unquote normal, but the one thing I need people to realize is that I have had an autoimmune disease since the age of 13, meaning I don't have an immune system. My body meaning I am more susceptible, I'm more likely to catch a cold than someone else who has a fully functioning immune system. And when I catch a cold, it takes my body longer than normal to fight it off because of the fact that I have to keep my immune system suppressed, so I don't have, you know, so I don't go completely blind, so I don't end up paralyzed and stuff like that. And like, I know it's not really other people's like burden to you know, worry about, but like, I do want people to keep that in mind when they talk about my health, because if you don't know the facts about my health, then you shouldn't be discussing it. So that's just how I feel. But anyways, guys, I hope I cleared up any assumptions or misinformation that you may have heard about me in this past few weeks. Thank you to everyone that reached out to me to check in on me, and thank you for all the prayers, wishes, and everything. I really appreciate it, guys, and hopefully I will be talking to you soon, cheerier and back to normal as far as YouTube goes, because I do want to come back. All right.